What's up, Chalan? So we're back today with another one. I ran into my second issue. Driver side header fits great, bunch of room, bunch of clearance. I showed a small clip of that. Passenger header, that's a whole different story. So where the original starter goes for the Tr3650 on the Ford, since the starter bolts to that transmission, yeah, we did cut out that section to clear the starter, but the ear that sticks out for that little extra support on the adapter bracket is hitting one of my tubes on the header, which is pushing it outward. So now I have the option of banging up my header, smashing it, or cutting off that ear and leaving my adapter with 4 bolts to the Tr3650 instead of 5. But the 5th one that I'm considering cutting off is a small 10mm bracket, and it's not part of the actual structure that's holding the whole transmission together. So it would be left with two 3/4 studs and two 5/8 studs, or 2/5/8 bolts. So I'll still have 4 in total. I don't know what that's going to do to the integrity of the transmission, if that's going to weaken me a lot, but from my research and my knowledge, it shouldn't really affect me because it's such a small part, such a small ear, and it's so far out that it's not really helping with the alignment, or that's what I believe. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you check that out. Okay, so there's the ear I'm talking about. You can see all the scratches from where the header was. I was trying to get the header in. I do have long tube headers. I'll try to see if I can show you right now, but I'm probably gonna have to remove the starter and focus the cut closer to the block. Hopefully I don't have to remove the transmission and everything to get that done. Really crossing my fingers on that because everything is already said and done. Let's see if I can do it one-handed. Let me see. I'll come back. All right, so there's the culprit from the backside. This is my problem right here. This whole issue here hits my header. So I was able to get it in there, my header more in a position where I do clear all this, but I am quite a bit off on the back bolt from reaching because it is hitting my tube. So I could bash in my header. I already marked the area where I could bash in, or I could just get rid of this whole section here, bow housing and everything. I'm almost guaranteeing if I get rid of just this bolt area, it'll clear. So I got some thinking to do because this is pretty thick. So like I said, the structure is on the actual other bolts and stuff. See one of the studs right here. So I don't really think this is doing much. All right, so I went ahead and decided to cut. My battery went dead before I could fully cut that ear off the bell housing, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut it, reshape it. That should be about all the clearance I need to get the header bolted on. I only did this just because it's a little harder for me to get headers here in California. So this was the next best thing. Almost there. I'll show you whenever the header's bolted back up. Okay, so while we wait for my battery to charge, I went ahead and installed this, my clutch line to my homemade DIY slave cylinder and bracket. I did end up also connecting it to the front. We just need fluid, and we're gonna see if this thing leaks anywhere and go from there. Hopefully it works out. All right, so we got the header on. Check out that clearance. Beautiful clearance. Excellent, all kinds of room now, just like it should be. So header's on. We got the clutch system, the hydraulics going on now. We just have to put fluid and bleed it, see if we have any leaks. And then hopefully my exhaust works, and then put the intake back on. Might end up putting the intake on first. We'll see how I feel. Yeah, but there you go. Cut that adapter plate, and now both my headers work. So I know the adapter plate was made for the transmission, but for my application and me not wanting to bang up my headers, I felt that was the best decision for me. So if you're doing this for like a Mustang or something else, you know, or you're using shorty headers, you can probably get around it. But for me, I didn't want to do it, so I just cut it. And I did have to cut it from underneath the car. I felt that I had enough room from the top, but I couldn't position the grinder in the correct position that I wanted it. But yeah, let's move on. All right, so an update. Would have finished the car today, but I have to order another 4AN clutch line. The one that I had is not holding pressure. It's not leaking, but I suspect that's the culprit. This is the original GM style line that came with the Tilton from TIC Performance. And this one is holding pressure. The pedal feels nice and firm, but it is a quick release style, and I don't have anything to go to the bottom cylinder for the DIY hydraulic system for the car. So for now, we're on a pause, put the intake on. I think all I have left to do is that line, figure out the adjustments for the clutch system and the starter, and the exhaust. But I'm gonna wait to finish all the hydraulics so none of that's in the way for me. But yeah, there's the update. Go ahead, like, follow, and subscribe. Keep up with the project. Tr3650 with an LS and a second gen Camaro. See you.